going to be some extensions to the restrictions in all the cities for people moving, even moving around. So I thought the wise thing would be for me to get some MREs, and so I just got the minor minimum. I'm not going full nutty survivalist, but just in case I don't want to, and I'm not saying I can't. I don't. It's hard to explain. I don't enjoy eating. I enjoy some flavors, but eating is almost a biological necessity for me. Even though I am a little bit chubbier than I want to be, a lot chubbier than I want to be. But I just wanted to have something just in case I need the energy, keep energy going. So I got some of these meal to go packs. I don't know. I guess this is from it's from Amazon. Green Belly Story. I'm not sure if any of this stuff is going to taste real good, but like I say, I'm not a big Epicurean, so the taste of things don't matter to me as long as I can get them down. And this is these are really traditional looking MREs. Pizza sliced with pepperoni. Yeah. You know, something I could throw on a skillet in my van, on my propane burner, and just just make it a little bit more palatable by heating it up maybe. And I've got some breakfast type bar type things, slightly more nutritious, I guess, as they are to be meal replacements. But I've got a box of those out in the van as well. So I'm just taking care of any unusual circumstances that might pop up. Down here I bought some stuff that would just be traditional stuff I would have bought if the world hadn't been on the edge of apocalypse. So I got this cable tie gun. I use cable ties for a lot of things, and this thing is supposed to help me get adjustable tension and tightening. In fact, I bought 2 of these. I don't know why I did. Not the same vendor. One a bigger name vendor, but I'm gonna tell you about that one when it comes in, and then I will confess to my stupidity in buying 2. I bought this K-bar, which is just a spoon, fork combination. I've got several of those little things out in my van just because they're easier than keeping up with a fork and a spoon. And I got a lot of plasticware I need to get rid of out there. This is a nipper, and it's channel lock, pretty expensive. I use that as on my panel, the one I put the magnets on. I initially used one of those powered multi-tools, but it's too loud. With this one, all I got to do, because it's big and got leverage, I can just stick that on the end of a screw and nip off anything that extends below. I've also got some small nuts and bolts coming for that. So at some point, I probably will, over a period of time, remove those screws, put the tiny little bolts in there, and put nuts on it. That makes me feel better. I like nuts. The mechanical nut and bolt combination better than the other. And I bought this. This is some type of new way of putting wires together. I'm always putting wires together, and I've got some ones that aren't put together very well. Thought I could use these. I think you're supposed to be able to put them in here and up and almost together there. And what you can do then is you can heat them up, and it will make a very tight fit. I just saw those advertised. I said, well, this is a new toy I don't need that I can buy. That's basically what I've got today. This is going to be a very short video. Basically, I'm just showing you a couple of things that I'm getting. These are for unusual circumstances during this God knows how long pandemic. If I'm well and I'm out in the van, and this might prevent me from having to go to the Walmart or grocery store too often. And I don't like lines in grocery stores more than I like food. So just give me something I can throw down and keep going until I can find a place that I don't have to stand in line for 3 hours to get to basic food. All right, that's about it. Still in the cheap hotel. It says I accumulated, because I go every week, a lot of free time, so I've got room 3 more days at the hotel, and that gives me a chance to go out to the van and do things and reorganize and screw things up where I won't be doing it inside. So that's what I'll be doing now for a while. So I've got some, I think that's it. Anyway, I'll talk to you later when there's something more interesting, when my life gets a little bit more adventurous. My life is a lot more adventurous than I want it to be just because of the circumstances in the world. This is I'm very light on using the name of this virus, because weirdly enough, one of my videos got a restriction on it. So I'm not exactly sure why that is. And of course, with the staff reductions at YouTube, and for obvious reasons, for their health. So I'm not blaming them that, but it'll take months for anything to get reviewed. So I just put it in review status and forget about it. I don't get enough videos enough views per video to sweat one anyway. Okay, I'll talk to you later. You have a wonderful day.